Good morning.
Okay.
Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anybody else? 11. Okay. 11. Teachers and staff. Teachers and staff. 11 people, sir. Teachers and staff accompanying her.
Study about armor protection. So,
Based non-profit organization and first of its kind in India. So can we have a hand, please? We are solely dedicated to promoting awareness of Indian military heritage. And instead of me explaining our mission, I think we'll just play an audio clip that will tell you more about it.
To Mesopotamia, from North Africa and Italy to Burma, nearly 4 million soldiers of the Indian Army fought overseas during the 2 world wars, and 150,000 of them perished. The origin of that army, which constituted the largest voluntary force in each of those wars, dates back to the 1700s, when the English East India Company, EIC, began recruiting sepoy levies in the Carnatic and Gangetic plains, and later in West and Northwest India. Initially raised as 3 presidency armies, Madras, Bengal and Bombay, they were later amalgamated to form a single one that, through years of constant battling, molded itself into a magnificent fighting force with few equals in the world. Following the trend, a sea arm took shape, which was eventually to form the Indian Navy, its genesis marked by the induction of Indian sailors into the Bombay Marine, a force created by the EIC in the early 1600s to protect its coastal interests. Then, over the years, as aerial combat evolved, Indian flyers also took to the skies, the fledgling Indian Air Force cutting its teeth in the bloody frontier wars of the Northwest, in which were once engaged the Royal Flying Corps. The gallant traditions of unflinching courage under fire, these intrepid soldiers, sailors, and airmen, wove in blood, continue to inspire their worthy descendants in India's armed forces, who have risen to the occasion time and time again since independence to write their own chapters of valor and sacrifice while defending the nation's integrity. Yet, the country at large remains barely conscious of its prowess in arms and glorious military heritage. Even the many glorious Indian feats of arms after independence, from Sojila to Bondila, and Filora to Bogra, and Basantar and Tiger Hill, have already faded into obscurity in the country's collective consciousness. Colors of Glory seeks to fill this gap by promoting awareness of India's proud military heritage, while popularizing literature and art forms with a military theme, opening vistas of military tourism and memorializing battles and war heroes.
That is ever since our inception in 2016, and this is only going to cover the major events and not the innumerable smaller ones and the virtual ones, and of course this is only a drop in the ocean and many more to come. So please, can we have the video clip? participating in it. And inspired by the intercollegiate quizzes, we ventured into quizzes for high and higher secondary schools in Chennai from last year. The overwhelming enthusiasm that we have received from students and schools for Chennai, and that's what made us come to Bangalore as well. And Bangalore is more or less a sister city for us, where through our outreach program and hopefully, fingers crossed, we reach out to many other cities from where they came from and in the near future. So, while we have the rules of the quiz that will be explained by a quiz master, let me explain how the event would be conducted. So, first we'll start off with the prelim round that will last around 45 minutes, including the instructions, followed by a refreshment break for another 15 minutes. And of course, the teachers and the admins who have come with your students, please, you're welcome to join us for that. And after the refreshment break, the results for the prelims will be announced and the finals will start, okay? But do not be disappointed if your team is not among the 6 finalists. We have many more prizes and surprises also that will be reaching out to you. So yes, okay? And please make sure you collect your, prizes and your winnings as you go. So the cash awards to be won are, the winning team gets 5,000, runners-up gets 3,000, and the team in the third position gets 2,000, and the remaining 3 finalists get 1,000 each. And among the non-finalists, the top 10 scoring teams in the prelims after the finalists also get 500 each, okay? And like we said, we have surprises for all the participants who answer questions that are not being answered by the students who are the finalists. So, before I hand it over to our quiz master for the day, I invite our founder and chairman, Captain D.P. Ramachandran, who's also our chief coordinator and founder of the Colors of Glory, to address you. So, yes. Captain Ramachandran, just to tell you a little more of how adventurous he is. Okay? He is a veteran tank soldier of 1971 Bangladesh War and a military historian who has authored 3 books and is working on the 4th one. Over.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. So, we're delighted to be here conducting the first Bangalore program. Now, our aim, purpose, as you say, of conducting this is not to attract you all into armed forces. There is a way, there's a spirit which makes us only a fight. What we are trying to instill, imbibe in you through these programs is the values which make us only a thing. So hopefully, when you grow up into adult citizens, you will try to emulate them in your lives. Not necessarily you need to go into armed forces. After any field of life, any area of life, we need professionals who are honest, upright. So if those, common sense explains that you are not going to go into armed forces. Whichever sphere of life you go into professionally when you grow up, you emulate those values, orderly values, you learn from this. This is an indirect way of our, education. We have been campaigning to include military history in the school curriculum. We have not succeeded. Hopefully we will one day. As a matter of fact, our great battles like Battle of Saragadi is being taught in the classrooms of France and England. But we don't have. It's a sad situation. We are trying to somehow fight and get this through. Meanwhile, it's our humble contribution to sort of primary education. It's not a test or a quiz. So you please enjoy the experience here, learn from it, and keep those values in your heart. So we hope with that most of you will grow into those upright citizens, emulating soldiering qualities. Can we expect that?
Yes, sir.
No, that's a strong, powerful response. Let's hear more.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jai Hind.
It's finally time for the quiz to start. All of you are eagerly awaiting for it. So let me introduce you to our quiz master for the day, Colonel S.V. Sundar. Colonel S.V. Sundar is a veteran mechanized infantry soldier who has seen service all across the Indian borders. And he has the distinction of having been part of the High Altitude Special Operation Group in the Siachen Glacier. A gold medalist from Madras University in Defence Studies, and he has been working in the educational field ever since his retirement.
A very good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
And a lot of people have been asking that the sound, your response is not loud enough, it's loud enough for me. Very glad to be back in the Garden City to do the first quizzing program of Colors of Glory. And from the exchanges that have been going on in the group that has been created, inadvertently some of you in your exuberance have even given out one or two answers. So that only shows how much interested and how much preparation that you've all been doing, and that infectiousness and exuberance has also caught on to us. And as a quiz master, I'm sure I'm going to have a great time quizzing and interacting with all of you. All ready for the quizzing to start?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's rock and roll. But before the quiz starts, I will explain the rules and the general conduct to all of you. Alright? So when I explain the rules and the general conduct to all of you, in case any of you students have any queries regarding the rules and the general conduct that I would be explaining to you, kindly ask your questions by raising your hands at the end of what explanation of the general rules and conduct that I have given. Alright? Do not interrupt me when I am explaining it. After that, in case you have any queries, please feel free to ask and I will clarify it. Now, I will explain the rules and the general conduct. Then you will have time to confer and put down the answers. As I said, it is all on auto timer. So the moment question 1 comes up and I start reading, the time will start. And then when 60 seconds are over, automatically it will move to question number 2 and so on till question number 25 is covered. This is clear? There will be no questions entertained from any of the students in between to say that we have not understood, please go back. It will be on auto timer, and at the end of 25 questions, the invigilators will collect the answer sheets from you. Once the answer sheets are collected, as the Master of Ceremonies has already told you, you will be asked to wait till I get an okay from the control desk that all your question papers or your answer sheets have been collected and they are good to go. Once that is there, then we will request you to move out onto my right for your refreshments. When you are having your refreshments, the invigilators will correct your answer sheets, and when you come back in, the top 6 teams which have been selected will be the finalists who will come up on stage for the finals to be conducted, which will be in the form of a viva posing. The rules for the finals I will spell out at that particular point in time when you come back from your break. Is that clear? Last point, no answers should be written in pencil. We had an incident last time, the student had scored well, the team had scored well, but it was in pencil. So if any of you do not have a pen or something, kindly make it a point to ask us. We have extra pens, we'll provide it to you. No answers are to be written in pencil. Copying or helping other teams will lead to disqualification. This is just a formality. All of you from reputed schools are here, so there is no requirement for this. Next one. I've already told you. And finally, the decision of the quizmaster and the organizers is final and binding. With this, I come to the end. The question papers for you to write your answers are being handed over to you. And once it is completed and I get an okay from the control desk, we will commence the quiz program. If any of you have any queries now about the conduct of the preliminary part, please raise your hands, I will answer your query. Question number 1 comes, I will start reading the question and then on auto timer it will go on till question number 25. This is just to give you an idea of the auto timer. All the best to all of you. The warrior king of India who fought Alexander the Great.
Oh wait, don't worry, for recording purpose he needs it. It will be turned around, don't worry.
Question 2. Which Indian empire extended its power? Indian king defeated a force of the Dutch colonizers in a battle. Question 4. Out of the two world wars, the first and the second, which one is popularly known as the Great War? Battle during the Second World War ended in a massive defeat and surrender of the Allied forces led by British to Japan. Question 6. What was the force raised by Subhash Chandra Bose during the Second World War to liberate India from the British rule called? Question 7. Invasion immediately after India became independent. Question 8. Which was the European country that was forced to vacate its colonies in India after being defeated by the Indian armed forces and was the last of the colonizers to leave the country? It's an easy one. The Battle of the Sino-Indian War of 1962, when 124 Indian soldiers repulsed the Chinese attack in a historic last stand in which 114 of them were killed in action while killing 1,000 of the enemy. Surrender of Pakistan's armed forces in erstwhile East Pakistan to the Indian and Bangladesh armed forces at Dhaka on 16 December 1971, signifying the birth of Bangladesh. Border area between India and Pakistan, where troops of the two countries face each other and is considered the highest battlefield in the world. Question: to airdrop supplies in the town of Jaffna that was under siege by the Sri Lankan forces. What did India call this operation? Against the Pakistani intruders who had occupied the peaks of Kargil in 1999. With this, we are halfway home of the prelims. Indian border, where a clash took place between the soldiers of the two countries in June 2020, resulting in casualties on both sides, although no firearms were used by either side. Carrier bought by India and inducted into the Indian Navy, modified and renamed. What is its name now? Train native Indian soldiers and win a historic battle using them. Was it Portugal, Netherlands, Britain or France? Please write down the country in your answer. Calcutta, Delhi or Bombay? Present-day Tamil Nadu was the hotbed of resistance against the British colonizers that gave rise to the Polygar Wars. The choice is between Madurai, Tirunelveli, Dindigul and Kadalur. The aggression by which European country triggered the Second World War? Was it Austria, Germany, France or England? Question 20. Which foreign power supported during the liberation war of Bangladesh in 1971? The choice is between USA, UK, USSR or France. The picture of a memorial in New Delhi that commemorates a famous battle of the First World War that saw the last known successful horse cavalry charge in history, wherein the Indian cavalrymen liberated a port city of the present-day Israel from 400 years of Ottoman occupation. Which was this battle? You have to name the battle. That reads, when you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today. Name the Indian state where this war cemetery exists. You have to name the state. This is a still from the 1998 Hollywood blockbuster Saving Private Ryan. Tom Hanks, in his leading role as a US Army captain, is holding a world-famous explosive device and shouting to get him through more Bangalores to clear his platoon's path through a barbed wire obstacle in an assault during the Normandy landings of the Second World War. What is this device called? Name the device that he is holding in his hand. Pakistani pattern tanks assembled in a stretch of land near the location of a famous battle of the 1965 Indo-Pak War, which is often compared in its ferocity to the Battle of Kursk of World War II between Germany and the Soviet Union, and resulted in a decisive defeat of Pakistan. What did this stretch of land come to be known as? This stretch of land is being given a particular name which is quite famous. Put down that name. Last question, question 25. The picture shows the statue of a famous warrior queen who lived in the present-day state of Karnataka and gallantly fought a foreign power, which was trying to colonize India for many years. Name the kingdom she ruled. So how was it? Was it all amongst the keywords easy? You have a chance and you've done well and will be making it to the finalists. Raise your hands. Come on, come on. Lot of excitement.
Question 5. I can see some disappointment there. Question 6. A lot of you got that right. Question 7. Question 8. Question 9. Question 10. It was not General Musharraf like many of you mentioned. Question 11. Okay. 12. Lot of you got this wrong. Question 13. Only a few got this right. Question 14. Very few got this also. Question 15. Question 16. France, exactly. Question 17. Question 18. Question 19. I can see some high fives in the audience. Question 20. Let's start. Question 21. Battle of Haifa. Question 22. Nagaland. Question 23. Bangalore torpedo. Question 24. Patton Nagar. 25. Ulla. Very few got that right. So let's get there were two teams tied in the second place. They got 17 out of 25. The first one out of those is team number 73. And the second team also, which got 17, was team number 50, APS Kamaraj Road, Army Public School, Sharan and Shartak Singh. Please come up. And the next three teams, in fact, all got a score of 16. And the next team is number 51, APS Kamaraj Road School. Harish Shetty and Ashwarya, please come forward. Team number 102, Presidency School, Rudraksh and Rishabh, come forward. And team number 59, APS ASC Center and College, Vivasu Mohanty and Manil, please come forward. A huge round of applause for these 6 teams that have made it to the finals. I will now hand over the proceedings to Colonel Sundar to start off the finals.
Stop me whenever you have a doubt, just raise your hand and I will clarify it then and there. Okay? Shall I commence now? Okay. There will be a total of 36 questions. Alright? Out of the 36 questions which are there, the first 24 of them will be straight answer questions. Clear? 24 will be straight answer questions and the last 12 will be multiple choice. Clear till now? Okay. As far as the straight answer questions are concerned, I will start with team 1. Next question will go to team 2, team 3, team 4, team 5 and team 6. Clear till now? When the questions are being asked after that, it will start again with team 6 and come in the reverse order up to team 1 goes to team 1. What was the title bestowed by the Zamarin of Calicut upon his admirals who fought the Portuguese at sea? Your time starts now. He says the Maracas well begun is half done. Well done, team number 1. Give them a big hand. It started off on a positive note. Team 1 bang on target. Maracas was indeed the right answer. Question 2 to team 2. Who was the leader under whom the Marathas rose as a military power and was crowned their emperor? Your time starts now.
Chhatrapati Shivaji.
Bang on again. Chhatrapati Shivaji, the right answer. Brilliant answer and right answer. Well done, team 2. Moving on to question number 3. goes to team 3. Name the ruler of Punjab who built a powerful empire in northwest India, the area which the British succeeded in colonizing only after his death. Team 3, your time starts now.
Maharaja Ranjit Singh.
Maharaja Ranjit Singh is indeed the right answer. We seem to be having teams which are very, very well prepared. Maharaja Ranjit Singh fought his first battle when he was 10 years old alongside his father, and even though he was a Sikh, he was also a very secular ruler. He even built a mosque for his Begum, who was a Muslim lady, and the mosque is presently in Lahore, which is part of Pakistan. Just an extra bit of information. And next question coming up. Question 4 to team 4. Name the place where the most famous World War I memorial for fallen Indian soldiers in France is situated. You are required to name the place. Team 4, your time starts now.
Italy? Is it Italy?
Louder please.
Italy.
Italy is not the correct answer. Please wait for the buzzer. Question passes to team 5. Audience, please remain silent. To team 6.
Versailles.
Versailles is not the correct answer. Passes to team 1.
Paris.
Paris is not the correct answer. Passes to team 2.
Bordeaux. Bordeaux.
Bordeaux is also not the correct answer. Passes to team 3.
Place de la Custos. Place de la Custos.
That is also not the correct answer. Now the passes to zone 1. Only raise your hands. Do not shout it out. And yeah. Zone 1, the volunteers will be coming, handing over the slips to you. Kindly, one per team, write your team numbers and the answer which you think is right and pass it on, and we'll wait for it to come to the control desk. This is only to zone 1. No passing for the zones. In case none of you have got it, we will flash the answer now. Sir, there are more than 4,780 Indian soldiers, and for whom this was created, and our Prime Minister visited this in the year 2015. So this is Louis Chapel, a question which was answered neither by the finalists nor the audience. Now going on to question 5, to team 5. The British Indian Army raised special operation group called Chindits for deep penetration behind enemy lines during its Burma campaign against the Japanese Imperial Army, which were the first known commando units to have been raised by any army in the world. The brain behind the creation of these groups was that of a British officer known for his unorthodox methods. Who was this officer? Team 5, your time starts now.
Sir, is it Hardinge?
Harlinge, you said?
Hardinge.
Hardinge, I'm afraid, is not the correct answer. Please wait for the buzzer and the question pass to team 6. Question 6. Question passes to team 1. Question passes to team 1.
Harold Alexander.
Harold Alexander, I'm afraid, is not the right answer. Question passes to team 2.
William Slim.
William Slim is not the correct answer. Question passes to team 3.
Field Marshal Auchinleck.
Is not the correct answer. Question passes to team 4. Okay. Now coming to audience zone 2, the question is thrown open to the audience. Somebody has raised their hands. Request the volunteer to collect the slips, please. In zone 2. it's happening. It was the first time as the quiz master that again the audience have also not got it. So we will have the answer coming up from the control desk. Brigadier or Wingate is the answer. And since most of you students are interested in military history and that's why you are here, I would suggest please read this book. Its author is John Masters, a favorite author of mine, and the book says The Road Past Mandalay. John Masters served under Brigadier Wingate and fought in this campaign, and it makes for excellent reading. It reads like a storybook and you will not be able to put it down. The book is called The Road Past Mandalay by John Masters. Going on to the next question. Question 6 to Team 6. The Indian National Army of Subhash Chandra Bose had one regiment made up of only women. What was it called? What was the name of that regiment? Your time starts now. Okay, I will give it to you. The Rani of Jhansi Regiment, 10 points to Team 6. I will give it to you. You got it right. Okay. Well done. Well done. Next question coming up. Oh, sorry. Please wait for the scores. My fault. The scorer will now announce the scores at the end of segment 1.
At the end of round 1, teams 1, 2, 3 and 6 with 10 points and teams 4 and 5 yet to open their account.
Alright, teams 4 and 5, all the best to you in this segment. Okay, we'll go on to the next question. Question 7 goes again to Team 6. Which was the famous battle of the Second World War fought on Indian soil that turned the tide against the invading Japanese? Your time starts now. Louder please.
Battle of Advent Box.
That is not the correct answer. Question passes to Team 5.
So is it Battle of Rangoon?
Is not the correct answer. Passes to Team 4.
The Battle of Nathula Chola.
Louder please.
Battle of Nathula Chola.
No, Nandula Chola is not the right answer. Question passes to Team 3.
Battle of Kohima?
Absolutely, well done Team 3. Battle of Kohima is indeed the right answer. This Battle of Kohima was such a fierce battle that it was referred to as the Stalingrad of the East. Well done Team 3 for getting that right. Next question coming up to Team 5 in the reverse order now. During the first Kashmir War of 1947-48, the invading tribal militia marching on Srinagar, the capital of Kashmir, stopped at a town en route to plunder and loot, which gave the Indian Army precious hours to land troops at Srinagar and defend it. Which was that town? Your time starts now.
Sir, Baramulla.
Bang on, Baramulla is the right answer. 10 points. 10 points to Team 5. Next question coming up to Team 4. Question 9. In the final stages of the first Kashmir War, the Indian Army attacked and captured a vital mountain pass that the enemy had occupied earlier in the war using tanks. It was the highest point that the tanks had ever fought anywhere in the world until then. To move the tanks across to that height, a task force of army engineers built a mountain road under the enemy's nose in record time. Which of the 3 army engineer groups of the Indian Army, Madras, Bengal or Bombay, it's not and Bombay, or Bombay, did this task force belong to?
Madras Engineers Examples.
I'm sorry, could you be a little louder please?
Madras Engineers.
Yes, you are right. Indeed, you have got that right. And you are sitting in that historic place where this question is being, asked about the Madras Engineers Group. This was for the benefit of the audience. It came up in 1780 in Chennai and then shifted. It's got a glorious history of winning so many medals. Well done, Team 4. Next question coming up to Team 3. During the Sino-Indian War of 1962, much of the Chinese incursion took place in the region that forms the present-day state of Arunachal Pradesh. What was that region known as? The time starts now.
Is it Nepal?
Bang on! Fast came the answer and right came the answer. Nifa is indeed the right answer. 10 questions to Team 3. Next question coming up. Question 11 goes to Team 2. The Indian Army defeated the Chinese in battles fought on 2 mountain passes in 1967. In which pass did the first of these battles take place? Your time starts now.
Natula.
Bang on, very well said, very well said. Natula is indeed the right answer. Before I go to the next question, a small word about General Sagat Singh, who was the general officer commanding of that division. When his senior officers told him that he should vacate Natula, he said, I will not vacate Natula. Natula is part of India and I will not cede even 1 inch of this territory to the Chinese. He held on to Natula, which is why Natula remains with us. So he was one of the best generals, in my opinion, that the Indian Army has ever had. And in 1967, it was under General Sagat Singh that Natula is still with us. Jalapla was handed over on the orders of the superiors, and Jalapla is now with the Chinese. So this is the kind of man General Sagat Singh was. I just wanted to put across to you. Next question, please. Question 12 going to Team 1. To counter Pakistan's covert operations in Jammu and Kashmir in 1965, the Indian Army opened a new front across the border. Which part of the border did they choose for this front? The time starts now.
Punjab.
Bang on, well done. I think you had a little bit of doubt, but you took the chance. Well done, it is indeed Punjab. 10 questions to Team 1. Next question coming up. Sorry, hold on, we'll wait for the scores.
The scores at the end of round 2. Team 1, 20 points. Team 2, 20 points. Team 3 leading with 30 points. Team 4 and 5 have opened their count with 10 points. Team 6, 10 points.
Give the leading team and the others a rousing hand, please. All the best. Segment 3 coming up now. Question 13 again to Team 1. During the air war in 1965, one fighter jet of the Indian Air Force earned the nickname Saber Slayer for shooting down the maximum number of enemy saber jets. Which was this fighter jet? Your time starts now.
Fallen Gnat.
Fallen Gnat, again came the answer, immediate answer. Very well done. Fallen Gnat is indeed the right answer. Before I pass on to the next question, a word about this Fallen Gnat fighter. It was not only in 1965 but in 1971 also it proved its worth. Flying Officer Nirmal Jeet Singh Sekon, the only Paramveer Chakra of the Indian Air Force, was flying this aircraft. And 6 saber jets of the Pakistan Army, and he was in a dogfight all by himself with 6 saber jets. He shot down 2, shot another one which flew back to the Pakistan base, but unfortunately was shot down himself and earned the Paramveer Chakra. So this was the Fallen Gnat, and the extra information was about our gallant flying officers and our Indian Army. Next question, please. Question 14 going to Team 2. A fighter plane India began importing from the Soviet Union in the 1960s continues to serve the Indian Air Force even now and is the oldest serving aircraft in its inventory. Which is this aircraft? Your time starts now.
MiG-21.
Bang on! MiG-21 is indeed the right answer. 10 points to Team 2. Next question coming up to Team 3. Question 15 to Team 3. An Indian Navy carrier group operating in the Bay of Bengal blockaded East Pakistan during the 1971 Indo-Pak War. Which was the aircraft carrier that led the group? Your time starts now.
Is it INS Vikrant?
Bang on! INS Vikrant is indeed the right answer. 10 points to Team 3. Great going Team 3. Next question coming up to Team 4. Question 16. Name the ridge in the Siachen Glacier, the passes of which were occupied by the Indian Army in Operation Meghdoot in 1984. Your time starts now. Timekeeper, you give me time. Question passes to Team 5.
Zojila Pass.
Is not the correct answer to Team 6. Passes to Team 1.
It's known as Bana Post.
Wrong answer. Passes to Team 2.
Khardungla.
Wrong answer. Passes to Team 3.
Namchala?
Wrong answer. Passes to Zone 3. Hands are going up, volunteers. Okay, very well done for the first time. Very well done for the first time. We have 3 teams which have given the correct answer. Team number 57, team number 66 and team number 87. The answer is the Saltora Ridge. So all these 3 teams will be getting cash prizes. Little information about the Saltora Ridge before I pass on to the next question. On the Saltora Ridge, we have a line of 110 kilometers on these icy wastes. It starts at a point called NJ 9842 and ends at a place called Siakangri. On all these 110 kilometers, the Indian Army troops occupy advantageous positions as compared to the Pakistan Army, and this was accomplished by a race to the finish, neck to neck, when we occupied the Siachen Glacier. And I'm proud to state that I was posted in NJ 9842 in the year 1987 for 1.5 years. And my salute to all those soldiers who are serving in these icy wastes, because it's not an easy place to serve.
How the event going? It's going. Whatever I've done is, you leave it to the awards of the finalists.
Children, please stand up. Please have a seat, sir. Force Commission, please sit down, children. Colonel Vashisht was commissioned from the Indian Military Academy into the 6th Engineer Regiment of the Madras Sappers, the Indian Army's pride and one of the world's finest combat engineer groups. In an
100 teams where they had a written test, and this was corrected, and 6 of them who have scored the top marks have come, and this is a Viva Voci which is going on, and we've already in the middle of it completed the 60%. With your permission, sir, we'll go ahead with the quiz and the 70th question. So can we have the next question? Question 17 going to team 5. Name the peninsula in Sri Lanka that was the hotbed of militancy, which the IPKF, the Indian Peacekeeping Force, wrested the control from LTTE in a 3-week operation in 1987. Your time starts now.
Jaffna.
Jaffna is indeed the right answer. 10 marks to team 5. Well done. Now going on to the next question, team 6. Question 18 to team 6. Which is the island nation of the Indian Ocean where an attempted coup in 1988 by a group of people assisted by Tamil mercenaries from Sri Lanka to overthrow the government was thwarted by India through a joint operation by its Army, Navy and Air Force? Question to team 6. Your time starts now.
Maldives.
Maldives is indeed the right answer. Well done, team 6. Goes 10 points to team 6. A word about this Maldives operation. It was led by late Brigadier FFC Bulsara from the paratroopers, who was from my battalion X8 Paras. Just a piece of information, gentlemen, that brigadiers also who are there lead the troops in battle, and our officers are at the forefront, which is why ours is one of the finest armies, not one of the finest army in the world. Next question coming up. Sorry, we'll wait for the scores.
At the end of segment 3, team 1 30 points, team 2 30 points, team 3 40 points, team 4 10, team 5 20 and team 6 20.
Next question coming up. Pictorial questions. This is the picture of a tank which was extensively used by the Indian Army in Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971 because of its amphibious capability that made it suitable for operations in a riverine region like Bengal. Name this tank. What was the name of this tank? Your time starts now.
Is it T-55?
Wrong answer. Question passes. Wait for the buzzer.
So is the Centurion tank?
Wrong answer. Passes to team 4.
T50.
T50. Wrong answer. Passes to team 3.
Is it T-90?
T90. Wrong answer. Passes to team 2.
T64.
Wrong answer. Passes to team 1.
The Russian T-72 tank.
Wrong answer. Audience. Zone 4. Audience right and pass it on to the volunteers, please. So we have a system by which to keep the audience involved. In case the finalists are not able to answer, it passes on to them. They write it and give, and in case they get it right, they get cash awards. Well done. You could collect your cash prizes at the end. Next question coming up now. Sorry. Answer is PT-76. It's an amphibious tank. I've done flotation in this, an exhilarating experience. Next question coming up. Question 20 to team 5. This is the poster of a Bollywood movie of 2021 based on the life of an Indian Army officer who was killed in action in Kargil in 1999. Who was this officer? Please don't name the actor, please name the officer.
Captain Vikram Batra.
Captain Vikram Batra, who gave us the icon, good morning, more right answer, 10 marks. Next question coming up. Question 21 to Team 4. This picture of the Pakistan general who masterminded the covert operations by his army to infiltrate Indian territory during winter months and occupy the mountain tops of Kargil in 1999 to disrupt the Indian Army's road link to Leh and thereby deprive logistical support to its troops deployed at the Siachen Glacier, which ended in an ignominious defeat for his country. Who was this general? Your time starts now. General Parvez Musharraf is the right answer. 10 marks. Well done. Next question coming up. Question 22 to Team 3. The picture you see is from the images of Operation Rahat, wherein an Indian air and sea rescue operation was undertaken by the Indian Navy, the Indian Air Force and Air India in 2015, when they evacuated about 5,000 Indians and 1,000 foreign nationals from a war-torn country to safer locations. Which was this war-torn country? Your time starts now.
Sir, is it Yemen?
Absolutely right. Yemen is indeed the right answer. Well done. Next question coming up. To Team 2, question 23. The picture you see is that of the all-women crew of an Indian Navy sailboat that undertook a 254-day voyage from September 2017 to May 2018, circumnavigating the globe in an epic voyage. What was the name of this sailboat? Your time starts now. Oh wow! Fantastic! I think that was the fastest answer. Very well done. It was indeed a women's empowerment achievement. Next question coming up. Question 24, I don't think they will not be able to answer this question. Shows the Indian soldier who is the first Indian athlete to have won an Olympic gold in a field event. What is his name? Team 1, your time starts now.
Neeraj Chopra.
Yes, right. And in fact, what is not there is, last week he also won the gold in the World Athletics. Okay, next question coming up. Scores, sorry. We are going a little fast as compared because I believe we are running a little short of time.
At the end of round 4, the scores are Team 1 40, Team 2 40, Team 3 50, Team 4 20, Team 5 30 and Team 6 20.
Please give them a big hand so that you introduce them. Yeah, okay. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Now we take the multiple choice question starts now. So I will have to explain the rules of the multiple choice questions to the finalists. Alright? You will have 12 multiple choice questions. Each of these questions will have 4 choices. Clear? So let us say the question goes to Team 1. You have 4 choices. You have the choice either to take the question or to pass the question. Why? Because there is negative marking also in this particular round. Alright. So if the question comes to you and you have 4 choices and you answer it correct, you get 10 marks. Clear? If you pause it and it goes to Team 2, you do not get any negative marks. Now let us say it comes to you to Team 2. And you answer it wrong. For the wrong answer, you get -5. Okay. When you have got it wrong, you exercise one choice. Then it will go to Team 3. In the multiple choice, Team 3 will have only 3 choices to choose from. Understood, all of you? Since there is a lesser degree of difficulty, in case you get it right, you get 5 marks. Clear? If you get it wrong, and it comes to the next team, you have only 2 choices. So the degree of difficulty is lesser, and if you get it right, you get 3 marks. If you also answer wrongly, obviously the 4th answer is the correct answer, so there is no audience participation in this. The rest of it remains the same. It will be flashed on the screen. I will read it out. At the end of it, the time starts and the time is only 30 seconds. So you can either get 10 marks, Team 1, please listen, otherwise you may miss out on my instructions. You can either get +10, +5, +3 or a -5. And if you pause it, You pass the question because you do not want to risk getting a negative marking. You remain, your scores remain valid. Clear? What about for the past? He was the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army. Your choice is between Field Marshal Manekshaw, Karyappa, Timaya and General Maharaj Rajendra Singh Ji Jadeja. Your time starts now. Team 1.
Option 2, Field Marshal K.M. Karyappa.
Yes, it is indeed the right answer. So, out of a choice of 4, we got a Field Marshal Karyappa is indeed the right answer. We had only 2 Field Marshals, Karyappa and Manekshaw, and in fact 15. Okay. Next question coming up. Question 26 going to Team 2, which was the princely state of India which refused to join the Indian Union after independence and was annexed by India in a military operation that was called a police action. Your choice is between Manipur, Travancore, Hyderabad or Kashmir. Your time starts now.
Hyderabad.
Absolutely right. Well done. 10 marks to them. Next question coming up to Team 3, question 27. The Indo-Pak War of 1965 was triggered by Pakistani attempts to infiltrate troops into Jammu and Kashmir to precipitate an insurgency. What was the code name they had given for this operation? Was it Grand Slam, Gibraltar, Cactus Lily or Barbarossa? Your time starts now.
Operation Gibraltar.
Gibraltar is indeed the right answer. Very well done. Everybody picking up points on this multiple choice questions. Next question going to Team 4. In a battle of the Western Front during the 1971 Indo-Pak War, the Indian Air Force destroyed an entire Pakistani armoured brigade in a dawn attack. Which was this battle? Was it Basantar, Sham, Longewala or Kemkaran? Your time starts now. Passes to Team 5.
It's the Battle of Longewala.
Battle of Longewala is indeed the right answer. A very, very bitterly fought battle, and the person at the helm of affairs of the battle was then Major Chandpuri, who expired as a brigadier, passed away in the year 2018. When he was given a choice, I'm sorry, I've been asked by Captain Ramchandran not to give too much of information because we're running short of time, but I should tell you this. He had only 120 men and a few anti-tank weapons. What was coming up against him was about 2,000 to 3,000 soldiers and 40 tanks. When given a choice to fall back, he and his 120 men said they will not fall back. And the casualties the Pakistanis were 36 tanks destroyed, 2 tanks captured, 500 vehicles destroyed, and more than about 600 men killed. And this was a turning point in the battle, and we were trying to remember. We put the consensus of 120 men, it was from 23 Punjab, and each and every one of them, including the BSF guys, decided to stay on and fight. And this has also been, depicted in the famous movie Border. I'm sorry for the slight this thing, but I have next question, please. Yeah. Question 29 to Team 5. Who was the dictator of Pakistan who ordered the crackdown on the Bengalis in 1971 that led to the war and the creation of Bangladesh? Was it Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq, A.K. Niazi, Tika Khan or Yahya Khan? Team 5, your time starts now.
So Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq.
Wrong answer, wait for the buzzer. Wrong answer, wait for the buzzer.
Is it Yahya Khan?
It is indeed Yahya Khan. You have picked up the points on the multiple choice for that. Next question coming up. Question 30 to Team 6. An Indian Navy task force attacked Karachi port during the Indo-Pak War of 1971. What was the operation code name? Was it Blue Star, Black Thunder, Trident or Battle Axe? Your time starts now. Pass to team 1.
It's Operation Trident.
Wait for the buzzer, please. Yeah, you can.
It's Operation Trident.
Operation Trident is indeed the right answer. Well picked up there, and it was on the 4th of December, which is also, celebrated as the Navy Day. Well done. Going on to the next question. Sorry, wait for the scores, please. Last 6 questions. And those teams which are trailing behind, even if you don't know the answer, I suggest you take a chance, you may catch up with the leading teams.
At the end of round 5, Team 1 50 points, Team 2 60 points, Team 3 60 points, Team 4 20 points, Team 5 35 points, and Team 6 25 points.
Okay, the last 6 questions coming up. The last segment. Question 31 coming to Team 6. Which of the following battles ended in the surrender of the Mughal Empire Shah Alam II to the English East India Company? Was it the Battle of Plassey, Asai, Buxar, or the Battle of Delhi? Your time starts now.
Battle of Buxar.
Yes, right answer, Battle of Buxar. 10 marks to you. Next question coming up to Team 5, 32 question. In which town in India the Sepoy Rebellion, also called India's first war of independence, break out on the 10th of May 1857? Was it Jhansi, Lucknow, Barrackpur, or Meerut? Your time starts now.
It's a Meerut.
Meerut is indeed the right answer. You picked up 10 points for that. The next question coming up to Team 4, question 33. Mesopotamia was the region where the largest number of Indian troops were engaged during the First World War. By what name is that region known today? Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, or Palestine? Your time starts now. Audience, please don't murmur. Hold on for the buzzer. Hold on for the buzzer. Please don't answer till the buzzer is on.
Option B, Iraq.
Yes, indeed the right answer. You picked up points for that. Next question coming up to Team 3. In which one of the following Indian port cities did the Royal Indian Navy Mutiny of 1946 break out? Was it Bombay, Calcutta, Karachi, or Madras? Your time starts now.
Is it Bombay?
Bombay is indeed the right answer. You picked up 10 points for that. Going on to the next question, 2. Last but one question to Team 2. Which date is observed as Kargil Divas by India to commemorate the country's victory in the Kargil War? 15th January, 30th January, 26th July, or 16th December? Your time starts now. Audience, please keep your voice levels low.
26 July?
Yeah, well done. You did it. You won't be ready with the finalists as the scores are going now. Last question coming up to Team 1. To which country did India send its first ever military contingent on a United Nations mission? Was it Congo, Korea, Somalia, or Cambodia? Your time starts now.
Korea.
Absolutely right. Well done. Korea is indeed the right answer. While we are compiling the scores which will come up, I will tell you a very, very interesting incident about this UN peacekeeping mission which went to Korea.
Request Colonel Vashisht to address the audience, please. Kindly come to the stage, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. of Colors and Glory Foundation, and all the children who are participating in this quiz competition. It is indeed an honor for me to be amongst such a young crowd and brilliant young minds. So to start with, I'll not take much of time. Just a few points which I thought, which came to my mind when I was coming here. I thought I must share with you. And because we as army men, we don't get so much opportunities to be part of such children. We remain busy with our work. So, firstly, I saw all the children who are participating here. I can say they are fabulous, wonderful, full of knowledge. In fact, some of the questions which I witnessed here, even I was not knowing their answers. The memory keeps fading away, but it's a good refresher. So nice to be back. And I must say that I am absolutely thrilled to see all such bright faces from various schools. And I must say that this quiz competition is just a competition where teams are participating and one team is going to win. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't take the credit away from the other children. You all are full of knowledge, full of energy, and such kind of quiz competitions, they are just actually meant to enhance everybody's knowledge. So participation is most important, and winning and losing is just part of the game. So don't worry about winning or losing. Okay. So I would say that this competition is basically it's a celebration of knowledge, as I just covered. So we must keep that in mind. And from my side, you all are champions. Now, just a few points about the history of Indian Army. We know that Indian Army's history is full of rich traditions, and it's a story of valor and sacrifice and ultimate dedication to the nation. So that's what Army is all about. And the history of Army, it stretches back to thousands of years, but actually in the modern times it started somewhere in 1947 when we gained independence from the colonial rule of the Britishers. So certain key values which symbolize the Indian Army, which we all should know, because of which our Indian Army is the best army of the world. I would just like to bring out a few aspects of that which everybody should keep in mind. Firstly is the ultimate dedication to the nation. Our nation is foremost, always and every time. So ultimate dedication. Whatever we do should be in the service of the nation. That's what it is. Courage. Courage, it basically means that we need to be brave whenever we are faced with challenges. Challenges can be in any form. It can be, in the army or in normal life, in any walk of life. So we should be brave to face these challenges with courage. Next, very important thing is discipline, which is the foundation of success. So we need to remain organized and focused on our goals, and that is possible only when we all are disciplined. That is the backbone of achieving success in life. Next is, as I told, service before self. That's what an army man symbolizes, be it from the army, navy, or air force. So we all should strive to serve the nation with whatever we have, whatever capability or whatever resources we have. And next is resilience. That is, I would say, we should never give up. A never say die attitude. Giving up is not an option. We should always try to succeed, and even if you are faced with failures, take it in the right stride and work harder to achieve success in the future. So never say die, never give up. These are certain key values which we in the army is taught to us right from our academy days. Everybody, it becomes part of our life. Now, talking about the competition which we are having here, this competition also, as I told you, it's a celebration of knowledge. So, certain points which all students should keep in mind is that you should always have that sense of curiosity in your mind. Be curious, try to learn more. So, once you become curious and you have the learning attitude, you always improve in life. So keep that in mind. Learning from mistakes is very important. Mistakes, they happen, they do happen. Everybody, is bound to commit mistakes. We also commit mistakes, but then you need to learn and move ahead and progress in the right direction. Teamwork, very important. I just saw these 6 teams participating here. So when we are working in a team, we are supporting each other. We take advantage of each other's strength. We cover up each other's mistakes and weaknesses and try to take the team ahead. So that team spirit should always remain. Combined goal should always be there, and wherever, in whatever capacity we are working, that team spirit should always be at the back of our mind. Then stay calm and confident. There's no need to worry. You have to believe in your capabilities, your knowledge, and just stay calm, confident about your job, and keep working. Hard work, most important. I know everybody has worked very hard for this competition, and I can see the amount of knowledge which I witnessed in this short span of time. So, hard work, very important. Keep that in mind, and persistence. Like, whatever we are doing, at times we achieve our targets, we achieve our goals. At times we face failures also, but don't worry about it. Be persistent about your job and be consistent. And lastly, knowledge is power. I can see all the students here, they are from various classes, various ages. So, once you have knowledge with you, you can conquer the world. So just keep that in mind. So lastly, I would just say that that we need to remember that in fact, I would say that each one of you who is part of this audience here, all these students, you have potential to be, to excel in every walk of life, and you are the heroes of the future. So we have full faith and confidence in you. So keep doing well and keep moving ahead. And the spirit of army, which is being promulgated by the Colors of Glory Foundation, I must say that this foundation is doing a wonderful job, and I really feel very honored to be part of this event. And I would like to thank Captain Ramachandran for inviting me. Thank you so much, sir. And it's been an honor, and I feel very elated and honored to be here. Thank you so much.
I request Captain Ramachandran to also come to the stage, please. Thank you, Colonel Vishesh, for your words of wisdom and for inspiring our students. I'm sure our students will take away the key points that you mentioned about discipline, dedication, need to be curious, teamwork, important for being calm in difficult situations. Hard work is important, as he mentioned, persistence, consistency, and forever seek knowledge. Thank you, sir, for these words of wisdom and for inspiring our students today. We now have, I will request our scorers and team members to please bring forward the awards and the memento as well, please. I will first request Captain Ramachandran, founder of Colors of Glory Foundation, to gift a small memento to the chief guest as a token of our appreciation. The team which placed 6th is team number 102 from Presidency School, Raj and Rishabh. Please come up to the stage. The team which placed 6th was team number 51, which is APS Kamaraj Road, Harish Shetty and Aishwarya. Please come forward. Team 6 had secured 20 points in the finals. A round of applause, children. Next, at number 5 position was team number 59 from Army Public School, ASC Center and College. Vivasu Mohanty and Manil, please come up on stage. They have secured 35 points in the final round. That's a very feeble clap. At number 4 position was team number 102 from Presidency School, Rudranshu and Rishabh Shetty. Please come onto the stage. And they secured 45 points in the final round. Round of applause for them. At position number 3 is team number 103 from Presidency School, Mukund Seshashai and Nikhilesh. Please come to the stage. Team number 3 scored 60 points in the final round. At position number 2 is team number 73 from SSB International School, Tarun Rao and Likhit Save. Please come forward. Come forward, please. Team number 2 secured 70 points. A round of applause. And the winners of the Colors of Glory Foundation Military History Quiz for students of Bangalore is team number 50 of Army Public School, Kamaraj Road, Sharan and Shafter, and they secured 80 points. A huge round of applause for the winners, students. We are indeed honored by your presence today. Children, please rise. I request all of you to stand up as a token of respect as our chief guest leaves. Thank you so much, Colonel Vashish. We are indeed honored by your presence today. The team from, we had 6 teams that made it to the final, but we also promised you that the next 10 teams will also get a prize. Yes? Do you remember? And then we also have the audience prize. Alright, just wait. Once Captain Ramachandran comes back, we'll restart the proceedings. And Ramachandran to accompany Colonel Vishwanathan. Sir, I request you to come up on stage and give away the prizes for the next 10 teams that scored between 14 and 15 marks in the prelim rounds. Public School PRTC, Harshal and Tejas, please come onto the stage. In the prelim round, their team scored 15. Come on, Army Public School, Kamaraj Nagar. Josh, as they say. Okay, the next team I'm calling is team number 48 from Army Public School, Kamaraj Road again, Tejesh and Ruthar. They also scored 15 marks in the preliminary round. The next team I'd like you to come on stage is team number 17 from Rashtrottama Vidya Kendra. It's Vindhya and Ira. They also scored 15 marks in the preliminary round. A round of applause for them. The next team I'm calling out is team number 7 from KLE Society School, Nabha and Yukta. The next team I'm calling is team number 56 from Vidyaniketan School, Apurva and Zahid. Their team scored 14 marks in the prelim round. The next team I'm calling is team number 49, APS Kamaraj Road. Devananda and Deepthi, their team scored 14 in the prelim rounds. Please come on stage. The next team I'm calling is team number 28, Sri Kumaran's Academy. Sri Rama and Raghav, their team also scored 14 in the prelim rounds. Please come on stage. The next team I'm calling is team number 10 from Ramaya Vidyaniketan, Sayyid and Mohit. Their team also scored 14 in the prelim rounds. The next team I'm calling is KLE Society School, Heman, and the next team is also from the same school, team number 2, KLE Society School. Namrata and Ganesh, they also scored 14 points in the prelim rounds. Please wait, kids.
So you are coming, can you? That entire school should know.
A round of applause for our veterans. I thank all of you participants who have taken part in this quiz. We hope you all enjoyed the event and will look forward to many of you participating in this quiz when we hold it either next year or the year after in Bangalore. I also thank the teachers who were kind enough to join us today. Thank you, sir and ma'am. And a special thanks to the principals and teachers of the following schools: the KLE Society School, MS Ramaya Vidyaniketan, Sri Kumaran's Children Academy, Bishop Cotton's Girls School, Army Public School, K. Kamaraj Road, Vidyaniketan Public School, Army Public School, ASC Center and College, SSB International School, 515 Army Base Workshop High School, St. Charles High School, DPS Electronics City School, Army Public School PRTC, Residency School and School of India for taking the initiative to organize the participants from their schools into teams and doing bulk registration. So a round of applause to your schools. We also thank the principal and teachers of Christ College, Rashtrottama Vidya Kendra, Srimati Kamalabai Educational Institution, Sri Kadambi Vidya Kendra, Nallur Higher Secondary School, Bright Public School and the National Public School from Koramangala for encouraging and enthusing considerable number of their students to also participate in this quiz. Let me also thank the Commandant of MEG and Center, Brigadier Shalabh Gupta, for permitting us to use this excellent auditorium as our venue and for supporting us with all the arrangements. We are also deeply grateful to the Group Adjutant, Lieutenant Colonel Amit Kumar Gupta, and all of his staff who coordinated and helped us to conduct this event. We will now hand over the audience prizes, after which we will all stand for the national anthem, and you will troop out school after school, meaning one school will leave first, followed by the next school. So please don't all rise together. Teams of a particular school will move out and you will head to the bus, which will then take you back to the gate. Is that clear? So I will call out the names of the schools when you have to leave after the national anthem. I will call out the name of the school, and that school will leave first, followed by the order in which I call out the names of the schools. Okay? And as they are going out, our colleague Ms. Samyukta will hand over the certificates for the audience members. She's just writing it in calligraphy outside. Okay? So let's call the first team that won the audience prize. That's team number 57 from Army Public School ASC Center. Priyanshu and Lucky, please come on the stage. So round of applause, children. When the finalists couldn't answer, these were the students who answered. The next team is Army Public School ASC Center, Nalini and Ritika. Please come forward. The next team I'm calling on stage is team number 87 from St. Charles High School. Ilona and Ridha, please come forward. After them will come team number 92, again from St. Charles High School. Rishika and Shri Kirti, please come forward. Encourage them, children. The team to come after them will be team number 55 from Vidyaniketan Public School, Neha and Akshobhya. And the last team to win the audience prize was team number 91, again from St. Charles High School. Simran and Nidhi, please come forward. A huge round of applause to all these teams who took away the audience prize. Yes, sir. The audience prize, many girls in the teams.